And now for the other very big story that we're closely tracking here on the broadcast. After a gap of 3 long years, the bull taming sport of Jallikattu will be held legally in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, an ordinance drafted by the state government and approved by the state governor has, literally sidestepped the ban placed on the sport by the Supreme Court after massive protests were witnessed, especially on Chennai's Marina Beach. In fact, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister O. Selvam is going to be inaugurating the Jallikattu event in Madurai. But the people of the state, interestingly, are not rejoicing just as yet. They have decided to continue their stir, claiming that the ordinance is just a stopgap temporary measure and that a permanent solution must be brought in to legalize the sport. The government has said that it will be tabling a bill to lift the ban on the bull taming sport when the assembly convenes on the 23rd of January.
பாரத பிரதமருக்கு பலமுறை கடிதத்தின் வாயிலாக இந்த சட்டத்தினை வலியுறுத்தி இருக்கின்றார்கள். மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் அவருடைய உறுதுணையுடன் ஒத்துழைப்புடன் இந்த சட்டம் முழுமையாக நிறைவேற்றப்பட்டிருக்கிறது என்பதை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். பாரத பிரதமருக்கு எங்களுடைய நன்றியும் ஏற்கனவே தெரிவித்திருக்கின்றேன். இதற்கும் நன்றி.
Joining us is Madurai SP Vijayendra Vidyare. Sir, what are the kind of security arrangements in place? How many policemen will be deployed?
Adequate police are being deployed, and all arrangements are being made from the police side.
Okay. And also, are you expecting the crowd to be much more large because it is coming after a 2-year, 3-year ban?
Yeah. We are making special arrangements in view of the anticipated crowd. Okay. But there will be live coverage of the event, so most people can see on TV also.
Okay.
And due to local space constraints, seating arrangements will be limited.
Okay.
At the same time, we'll make LED screens so that people can see from outside also.
We're right here at the Madurai airport, and by my side is the Tamil Nadu BJP President, Ms. Tamilisai Soundararajan. Ms. Soundararajan, do you see today as a victory as far as the fight for Jallikattu is concerned?
Yes. Yeah, it's a victorious day, and I am very, as a Tamil Nadu Party BJP President, I am very proud of my government. They have passed and they have supported to pass an ordinance by the state government, and now long awaited Jallikattu is going to be conducted today, and we are all very happy. And even though the protesters have some difference of opinion, totally the people are happy. Jallikattu is going to be conducted. We are going to participate in that. Really, I am very, very thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji and all our ministers who endorsed this act.
Ms. Soundararajan, is there a credit war brewing? Because, yesterday we saw the AIADMK MPs led by Mr. Thambidurai meeting the president. They staked, claim. They said that this is a war that AIADMK has been fighting. He even had a rather stern message for the Prime Minister. What do you have to say about that?
No, I strongly condemn the words of our Honorable Deputy Speaker Thambidurai, because he was telling he was unable to meet the MPs. But our Honorable Prime Minister has met the people, topmost people representative, the Chief Minister, and he has supported to bring the ordinance by the state government. After meeting our Prime Minister only, the Chief Minister decided to bring out the ordinance.
But the MPs claim that despite the Chief Minister, Mr. O. Selvam, meeting with the Prime Minister, they weren't given an audience with him.
No, actually this meeting the highest representative Chief Minister he has met them. Then whether to meet the parliamentarians, whether parliamentary MPs, who to be met, Prime Minister has met. And what all the procedures should be taken, has been taken. And what all the support to be given, have been given. Then the result to be, ordinance should be brought. Whether to meet the MPs or to meet the Chief Minister, to meet the Chief Minister and to meet the MPs. Okay. That's the final result is very successful. Brought out the ordinance, which was supported by our Honorable Prime Minister, by the central government. 4 ministers endorsed the act. Our governor has endorsed the act. So, such an activity, booming activity in a single day, they have endorsed the act. And then this Thambidurai's words are intentional, I believe, because such a great thing has been done. Such a great thing has been achieved. It should be lauded and should be appreciated instead of blaming. So why that blame game is coming?
Okay. Finally, ma'am, I've been for the last many days at the Marina Beach, and there's quite a bit of anger among the youngsters against the political class, against the centre as well as the state government. If you had one message for the youth today who are there at the Marina Beach protesting about the efforts that's been taken by your party?
I really salute their solidarity. their care for our culture. I really appreciate it. But one thing I want to tell them, two governments, the central government and the state government has respected you and responded you. So you have to respect. Now there is no any moral responsibility to extend the agitations, because two great governments, both central and the state government, has respected you and responded to you. So this is the message I want to tell. No need to get anger with the politicians, because there are some ways in our country, legal aspects in our country. We cannot bypass that. Our Prime Minister has clearly told we cannot bring an ordinance because the problem is in the Supreme Court. The verdict is still there, sub judice. But in a way, he has helped the state government to bring out an ordinance. Our aim is to conduct Jallikattu. Nothing other than that. Why other things are coming in? So I request our youngsters, I request our young countrymen, two governments has responded you, respected you. Please again, you respect the government.
Okay, lots of smiles there. The Jallikattu sport will be conducted officially after a gap of 3 years after the Supreme Court put a ban on it in the year 2014. Let me go straight across first to our correspondents. They're the ones who have been getting in all the reactions in the last few days over the widespread protest that has been witnessed in several parts of Tamil Nadu. Akshaya joins us, Kaveri and Ashish. Coming to you first, Akshaya, tell us, how is the mood amongst the people? Is it that of victory? Do they feel vindicated? Or is there still a sense of skepticism about this ordinance that has been issued by the state government?
Well, Avantika, it is seen that there's a lot of, speculation around the ordinance that is being passed right now. People are not so happy, though it's a victorious moment for them. They're not so happy because they really don't know the content of what the ordinance says. And what they're saying is a temporary solution is not what we read, but a permanent solution. And hence we're seeing that on the 6th day again, there's still a lot of people gathering at the Marina Beach. And it was said that, very soon once Chief Minister O. Selvam lands in Madurai, they will soon inaugurate a Jallikattu function, and Jallikattu will happen in multiple locations. But even that is now in a doubtful state with many volunteers going against it. I also have a few volunteers who have been protesting for the last 6 days with me, Avantika. You guys have been protesting for 6 days now. The ordinance is almost passed. Today Jallikattu is going to happen. Now what is the next contingency plan? Are you guys leaving this vicinity or not?
Hi, this is the start of 7th day protest, and we are not going to leave this place until unless a PCA Act has been passed.
So until and unless the PCA Act is not passed, they're not going to move out of this place, is what they're saying right now.
Right. Absolutely. Akshay, just stay with me. I'm getting in some breaking news at this point that the government of the state, Tamil Nadu, is facing a little trouble to conduct Jallikattu at Madurai. What we're hearing is that there are talks going on to move the event now to Dindigul. That's because of a few hiccups, a few obstacles that they are facing. Remember, the Chief Minister O. Selvam was supposed to flag off the Jallikattu event in Madurai, but now there are some obstacles that are emerging, some roadblocks there for the Chief Minister and for the state government. The venue is being shifted to Dindigul. I want to go straight across to my correspondent Pramod for more details on this. And Pramod, that is something that you had predicted or had foreseen earlier on. Just how would the state government hold this sport after a 3-year-long ban?
Well, Avantika, the issue seems to be that even after O. Selvam has brought in an ordinance, people are very much aware that this ordinance is only for 6 months. And they have stated they have protest for 5 days, without water, food, and anything, and leaving their job and everything is not for just an ordinance, and they wanted a permanent solution. Apparently, the Chief Minister also said that the bill will be tabled tomorrow, 23rd, where the cabinet meeting is being called for in the assembly, in the state secretariat building. But right now, the people are saying we finish that first, and then we'll have the Jallikattu. Because once you finish the ordinance, we quickly come and try to do Jallikattu without following any rituals has not gone well with the public of Alanganallur, Avaniyapuram, or even Palamuru. and the people of Alanganallur are not even allowing the police inside their village, it seems. Now this has become a big problem because Chief Minister yesterday, in his victory kind of statement that was more like a victory message, he declared that he will conduct Jallikattu by 10 a.m. in the morning today, and other ministers will conduct in various districts by 11 a.m. Unfortunately, this is going to be a big embarrassment for the Chief Minister.
Oh, yes, it would.
Had Jayalalitha been alive, this kind of situation would never have occurred.
Yes.
It only seems like the Chief Minister does not have any kind of grip of the situation that is prevailing in the state right now, Ambika.
Absolutely. Well, they say that haste does lead to waste, but let's just see how this situation develops through the day. In fact, we have a lot of guests to talk about this. We have to take a short break, but on the other side, I'm going to have Supreme Court lawyers, we have activists, we have advocates for Jallikattu. Stay with me. I'm just going to come back and we'll take quick reactions from our guests as well. After a gap of 3 years, the bull taming sport of Jallikattu is all set to be held legally in the state of Tamil Nadu today. This after an ordinance drafted by the government and the approval by the state governor has sidestepped the ban that was placed on the sport by the Supreme Court after massive protests, especially that were witnessed on Chennai's Marina Beach. Now, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister O. Selvam is all set to inaugurate Jallikattu today, but the people of the state, we hear, are still not rejoicing just as yet. They have decided to continue their protest, claiming that the ordinance is a temporary measure and a permanent solution must be brought in to legalize the bull taming sport. The government has said that it will table a bill to lift the ban on the bull taming sport when the assembly convenes on the 23rd of January.
பாரத பிரதமர்களுக்கு பலமுறை கடிதத்தின் வாயிலாக இந்த சட்டத்தினை வலியுறுத்தி இருக்கின்றார்கள். மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் அவருடைய உறுதுணையுடன் ஒத்துழைப்புடன் இந்த சட்டம் முழுமையாக நிறைவேற்றப்பட்டிருக்கிறது என்பதை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். பாரத பிரதமருக்கு எங்களுடைய நன்றியும் ஏற்கனவே தெரிவித்திருக்கின்றேன். இதற்கு நன்றி.
Joining us is Madurai SP Vijayendra Vidyare. Sir, what are the kind of security arrangements in place? How many policemen will be deployed?
Adequate police are being deployed, and all arrangements are being made from the police side.
Okay. And also, are you expecting the crowd to be much more large because it is coming after a 2-year, 3-year ban?
Yeah. We are making special arrangements in view of the anticipated crowd. Okay. But there will be live coverage of the event, so most people can see on TV also.
Okay.
And due to local space constraints, seating arrangements will be limited.
Okay.
At the same time, we'll make LED screens so that people can see from outside also.
Elaborate preparations in place, but we are going to go straight across to Pramod Madhav, who's joining us live. People in Chennai celebrating, Pramod, the centre's nod for that ordinance to lift the ban on Jallikattu. Just take us through the kind of atmosphere that you're witnessing.
Well, Avantika, as you can see, here are the countless heads that is over here at Marina Beach, still protesting for this permanent solution. Now they have got the first victory, the temporary solution, an ordinance which could stay for 6 months. Now they want a permanent solution and they are fighting for that cause right now. If my camera person could pan to the left, you could see none have left the place right now. Everybody holding a slogan, kind of a placard saying that we need Jallikattu. That is what they're looking here for. They want Jallikattu one way or the other, not for this year, but for many coming years as well. And one more thing is that I have to point out about the kind of preparations they have here. Already we have discussed a lot about what kind of how they provide food and water, everything. Right now you see what you hear. This is the actual medical pit. I would call this as a pit because you have lots of medicine, whatever required generic medicine, and a lot of stuffs are here. Close to 6 volunteering doctors are here. I have one person, Dr. Madhu. Thank you for joining us. How did you become a part of this movement and what made you to come here and be a volunteer?
When I came here, I noticed that there were some ambulances that were located really far away from where the mob is. And it's very difficult for people to come up from the crowd, rush all the way to the ambulance and teach them, especially in case of emergencies like fits or wheezing or even basic headaches. People don't bother to go all the way. So instead what we took up is we formed a team among ourselves. We are just college students from medical backgrounds, dental and medical backgrounds, doing our final years or internships.
Well, how are you battling this condition? Since these people are here for more than 6 days, they should be definitely dehydrated and a lot of other headaches on to come. How are you battling that?
We are having only basic drugs with us and ORS. We are having paracetamol, painkillers and cold syrups and all getting into the crowds. If there's any kind of emergency, the person is immediately being carried all the way to the ambulance and they are being shifted to the hospitals.
Was there any heart condition which were like very severe? Anybody who was like severely infected or some person like that who needed medical attention?
No. So far, we've been here since 18 to be exact. And there were a couple of severe wheezing cases. That too, I've seen them only yesterday. A couple of fifth cases and only one fracture. Because the doctors are being really quick, they're reaching the crowd before any small situation turns into an emergency. So nothing has been severe.
Thank you, Doctor. Avantika, that is the way of presentation over here. Trust me, like we've been covering a lot of protests by politicians, but never ever I have seen such a kind of preparation over there. I have one organizer as well where I want to put a critical question. Now you got success, you have the ordinance. You are going to continue the protest right now, or what is the next step?
See, again and again we are conveying this message why we are standing here. We need permanent solution. That PCA amendment should be done. We need the document copy with the written. So we don't know what's going on there. They are saying through the channel. They are saying they opened the Jallikattu. They didn't even understand our feelings and emotions. They didn't come here. No.
Is there any ritual that has to be followed while opening the Wadi Basel, or can it just be done like how the OPS claims?
This is all a political game. As per my perception, this is a political game. We are not kids. And we already conveyed the message to the Alanganallur people and Palamedi people, all Madurai people, through all channel and media and online. They are ready to open the Jallikattu. So we are very strong.
Right.
We will not oppose, we will not support the government as per today, Jallikattu.
Well, Avantika, the situation is that when you do Jallikattu, there are a lot of rituals you have to follow. Unlike what Chief Minister OPS claims, you cannot just like that open body parcel. You have to do a lot of rituals, prayers to specific temple bulls. They have to be released. Otherwise, they fear that there will be loss of life. Now, OPS has said by 10 a.m. we are going to have Jallikattu. I don't know how he is going to maintain these rituals within that short period, Avantika.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see as to what really happens. But the people on the ground far from convinced with the Tamil Nadu state government's efforts to bring about an ordinance to lift the ban on Jallikattu. For now, Pramod, thanks so much for joining us. I'll keep coming back to you through the day. We'll have to take a short break. On the other side, we'll also talk about the big